that I have not asked him anything messy, nor has he said anything messy.
Just being on here and conversing with you is messy. He's corny for that. And niggas gotta call it out.
Can you hear
I'm
me?
not saying he's a corny person because I don't know him as a person, but the move today is corny. It's corny. And niggas gotta call it out for what it is. I'm sorry.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
Now it's hello.
We can
Hello?
hear you, Julian.
No, I heard everything Emanny said. I'm sorry.
And I'm not trying to be fucked up towards you because I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I'm not in a position to make fun of nobody as far as when it comes to losing a job or nothing like that. But everybody's job is critical, and you know, when you lose it, the plan is, all right, where do I move forward from it? So I'm not trying to make fun of
Sure.
any of that. But you were with those guys. While you were there with those guys, you partook in a lot of bullshit that had nothing to do with you, even without you being asked to do so. And now, when you fired by those guys, you now want to come and have a voice over here with the person that you was dissing. It's like, nah, nigga. Like,
I
this ain't
don't
the
think
time for
that's
that.
I don't think
Not
that
after
that's
week one, maybe even after a month one, but after week one, you already want to jump ship and come over and chop
it's
it?
that,
Like,
but I
nah,
think you're
nigga.
misconstruing. Joe and I are just having a conversation. I'm also not like trying to buddy up to Joe. I just
But
got
where
in
was
here
the
to listen.
conversation with Joe? Because Joe's had platforms before. Where was the conversation with Joe before when you were on the platform?
Well, you
Because you
can
could have did it then
understand.
too.
I'm sure everyone in here can understand. Well, if you're in this space, well, you're saying I was with them. Obviously, they had a public thing with Joe, so be it. There are times I wanted to talk about stuff that was happening. We weren't allowed to on the show. Whatever. I kind of let everything fall by the wayside. I in that time, like I was, and I was hired by them, so they made it very clear that hey, never talk about these things.
The
Don't
boogeyman.
talk
So you
about,
were
you know what I mean?
silent.
So I was never in a position to ever talk to Joe or talk like about him, so to speak. So like to what you're referring, like the two or three times I may have tweeted about something or something like the news or the headlines, I would go to the studio, I'd be like, yo, just please like don't do that, which is why it like kind of tapered off immensely with me. So like
I
I'd
mean,
say, to answer your question, I've never been in a position to speak before because I wasn't, with respect to them, I just wasn't going to do that
I
behind their
get what
back.
you're saying. I get what you're saying. I'm looking at an app like this. If I work with Joe for however many years I work with Joe, and then he has let's just take DJ Head. He has a beef with DJ Head, right? Not serious beef, just back and forth, whatever, boom, boom, similar to him and Rory and all that. And then he fires me. And then the whole time him and DJ had been beefing, I've been throwing in my little pop shots and boom, boom, being funny. I don't even know.
Hold up. Look, I've been listening. And letting y'all watch while I listen, but I'm hearing a lot of shit right now. Now, wow, I was here when this was all happening. I was in the A-noms, then I hopped out of the A-noms, and I hopped back into the A-noms. Don't ask me why. I like being petty. Either way, I was there when this was all happening, but I had a lot of thoughts then, and now I might as well just let you guys all know how I was feeling while Emanny was saying everything. One, it sounds like Emanny does not want his job taken. Whatever job Joe Budden has gave him, if it's the special guest guy on the Patreon episodes, if that's the job, Emanny don't want that taken. No, nigga. You're not taking my seat. Don't come and chum up with my nigga Joe Budden now that you've been fired by Rory and Maul. And if you don't know, Julian got fired by Rory and Maul. Look, I just didn't talk about it because it wasn't my place. I really didn't care. But now we're here because Emanny wants to be petty. And I actually agree with him here. Like, Joe knows what he's fucking doing. This guy knows what he's fucking doing, bro. This is some petty ass shit. This is just to get under Rory and Maul's skin. He doesn't give a fuck about what Julian has going on. And that's not a shot or slight at Julian. I'm just letting you know, Joe does not care. Don't let him fool you. He doesn't give a shit. He's only doing this to be petty. And my last point, before I let this clip play again. Last point, Maul, my nigga, my Libra brother, Maul. I get it. It's corny. Talking about the Joe Budden beef is corny. It's corny. Bro, you got to fight back at some point. Don't let this nigga Joe just be petty and think it's okay for him to be petty and he get all the spotlight for being petty and niggas are just ha-ha and kikiing with him and him calling himself the fucking boogeyman like a nigga scared of him. Maul, stop. Stop. At this point, somebody has to put their fucking foot down. It needs to be either you or Rory. Cause he just talked like he the boogeyman. I'm sure y'all know more about this man's livelihood and how he lived that could shut him up than even he probably knows. Like, come on, bro. Don't let Joe do this. I know y'all got ammo over there. I'm not telling y'all to use it. But, bro, don't let him be petty like this. Inviting Julian up on the spaces to talk to him, help him promote his podcast like he cares. He doesn't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, once if Julian podcast lasts or it don't, you know what Joe will be doing? Playing another one bites the dust. All right, I'm done yapping.
No DJ had like that, but I just been being funny, this and this and this and that. And then a week after I get fired by Joe, I'm in DJ head spaces, key keying. That don't look kind of lame.
Well, I think you're putting the key kings not happening. That's not what we're doing.
Talking period.
See, that's where I'll disagree with you. I don't think that there's an issue with Joe and I talking to each other.
There shouldn't have been an issue with y'all talking before. So what's
But
the issue?
you missed my point. The point is before I could never talk to Joe. I was explicitly like asked not to talk to him ever. I wasn't in a position to do what I'm doing currently.
Take that, Emanny.
I still,
Can
I
I
still, I
can
still
I
don't,
get in
I
here
still don't
so I
agree.
could go?
I still don't agree with
That's
that,
okay.
but
I mean, that's
it's all
fine if you
good.
disagree
It's
with
all
it.
good.
That's
It's all
okay.
good.
But
All right. First of all, I'm muting the stage. I'm muting the stage so we can have a moment of silence and say a prayer for those inside and outside the spaces that may be in need. That's one. Two, we want to continue to spread nothing but positivity and joy to anyone here, the loved ones of anyone here, and over the endeavors of anyone here. So just want to get that out the way. Let me unmute everyone now.
thanks, Joe. I forgot
That
it was
was
Sunday.
nice, Joe.
Come on, come on. I have a heart. I have a heart. Kiara, welcome.
Hi, Joe. I just wanted to say hi to everyone. I feel like I know I dragged you the other day, Julian, but I feel like I kind of gotta defend you. Um, Everyone's a phony bitch on Spaces. There's plenty of people everyone has had in a room that they didn't like, and 5 seconds later they did like or not like because of who they associate with. So I feel like to sit here and try to come for Julian, who is a new podcaster who is trying to promote his pod, which I think him not being up here, he explained why he's never been in the rooms and maybe digs he did take, but everyone's been a phony bitch, including everyone on this stage. I'm not talking about DJ Head because, hi, Mr. Head, I don't know what you do on Spaces. I'm not sure about Ian either, but people sit here and talk to people one day and then flip on them the next. So I feel like Julian, I have come for you when you were on the pod and not on the pod. I do respect you going on your own. I do respect, like,
Why
what you
why were you
put.
coming for him, Kiara?
Well, Julian has never been my cup of tea. I don't want to sit here and drag him today. If he wants to come in a space that I am in and DM me or whatever like that, and come and promote his pod or whatever, but I will. I've told Julian the things I don't like about what he does to his face, and I make jokes, which people took offense and were killing me for a week for you, Julian, but I don't want to shit on him, like, going out there. There's things I don't like how he goes about it. Like, I'm not a fan, but I do appreciate what he brought to the other pod. And I did watch your live stream, which I actually thought was really good. But I don't need to sit here and get messy with Julian about what I don't like. But I do feel like we're holding people to certain standards, and I feel like it's a lot of bullshit because you were in rooms with people specifically, like, not trying to bring you specifically Amani, but with people in rooms talking to them, and now you don't talk to them. But I feel like Joe's probably always had a
Name the
problem with.
people. Name the people.
Oh, I'm not naming people.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly, exactly my point. You can't because anybody that I've spoken to, I either have my
Rocky,
own.
Danny,
I've had
you,
relationship with those people, and I've
Rocky, but
also and I've
Danny is a
also
space person. You
and I
sat
and I
here
also do and I also
and
do
you
it with
pick and
Joe.
choose when you want to
I
ride
no
or
no
not.
no. I do it in a room whether Joe's in there or not, and I'm not controlled by my friendships. So I can speak to someone that I'm not cool with. I can also speak to someone that I've been cool with before that I'm not cool with today because I choose when I want to speak
I
to
would
people.
disagree.
Yeah, well, you can disagree. That's fine, but you're wrong.
Because you've sat
You
here
are
and talked to
wrong.
those people, and then Joe comes in a room and said he has a problem, and now the energy
And
shifts.
the
I
difference
do.
is, and the difference is, I still speak to them whether Joe is in a room or not. There's nothing phony or changing up about that. I pick and choose when I want to speak to people. I don't let the friends or people tell me when and when I can't choose to speak to them. That's phony. That's your
And
problem.
just to make myself clear, I don't know if I don't think I have a problem with anything that anybody does on spaces. I'm not.
Didn't say you did, but I'm saying why are we trying to kill Julian for just having a conversation?
Because that's my opinion, and I
Well,
think it looks whack.
So
Julian
some
has
people
said
see
mean.
things you do
Julian's
as
been a
whack too.
meanie, Kiara.
What happened?
Julian's been a meanie
I didn't say he
before.
wasn't. I
So
just said that
Amani is
he
just
can be
saying,
on this space talking to you. I said that. That's all I'm saying.
He can be
oh,
in
okay.
any space talking to
He
anybody.
wants him to be accountable for
Yeah,
being
what the
a
fuck are you
meanie.
talking about?
That's what he's saying.
You
Which
niggas,
I don't necessarily care about. I just wanted my question answered. And then I'm cool.
yeah, niggas on fake peace, and ain't no peace in here. Fuck out of here.
No, I had the pleasure of hearing Julian in a different space and hearing some of the things that he's going through on his own. And contrary to popular belief, Joe Budden has a heart. So I wanted him to come up here, shout out his show, in
I
spite
also, I
of.
mean, I appreciate it,
You
but
a
I
messy
didn't
fit.
come in here to promote anything. I just wanted to hang and talk. So.
I asked you to promote.
Yeah, no, you did. Thank you. I
I did that.
appreciate that.
Yo,
But like, I mean, with regard, I'm also not trying to. I thank you, Kiara. I know you said you'd kick my back in and all that stuff. Like, that's fine. It's all I get it. It comes with territory. But like,
Oh, they dragged you in that room the other day. That
yeah,
Crazy.
it's
the
I
fine.
was
I'm not
girls.
sitting
gonna listen
there.
to it.
Oh my lord, it's on YouTube if you want to check it
No,
out.
that's good.
It's
I'll keep scrubbing it from my
Oh,
algorithms. But I will say, like, I'm also not trying to jump in here and point fingers at anybody else for, like, how they acted. It's people. Shit happens. Like, I don't really care. I think, Joe. I do think we, in thinking, I know the fun we poked at each other. I think it's all in good fun. I think our disposition on a lot of this stuff is pretty aligned uh, with each other, but I could be wrong. But I don't know. I don't take any of this shit personally. Um, but I do. I mean, man, if you feel that way, that's completely fine as well. I get it. Like, but I'm
no, let me.
trying to explain.
Listen. I'm speaking for myself, and it's no. Like I said, I don't have a problem
Yeah,
with
for
you
sure.
at all. I just think when you stay on a certain side of the line, and the jokes that you made, and references to certain things that to me aren't just entertainment and jokes, then that certain things can't be forgotten. To me, at least.
Sure. Yeah.
So certain jokes you made to me cross the line of we're just doing this for entertainment. And if your bosses at the moment told you don't speak on a nigga, then that should have went all around the board, not just when it came to jokes or topics. It should have just been, all right, well, fuck it. I'm just going to stay neutral and I'm going to stay out of this. But you didn't choose to do that a few times. So I feel like it's just a week one after being fired and being up on stage with Joe talking, just to me, just looks a little weird. That's all.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's week 4 if we want to get technical.
Oh, I mean, my bad. Time
Yeah.
moving fast. I can see
Yeah.
it.
and the first is around the corner, nigga. I'm talking to who I need to talk to. The fuck is you talking about, nigga? It
Yo,
is the what is it? The
Joe, shut
20?
the
It's
fuck
the
up.
26th, Amani.
My
And you
bad,
talking
man.
about some standing on morals,
Nigga,
nigga?
nigga, I
That
was
nigga
like,
was talking about all the shit he had to pay for. He borrowed a camera, nigga.
You
uh,
know how
Niggas,
expensive this shit is, Joe. I
yeah.
don't have
Go ahead.
prize picks covering my bills. I got nothing, so I'm out here fucking thugging it out.
You're in the struggle. You get into it.
Yep.
Yeah, man, Joe not slick. He know exactly what he was doing here. If anything, Emanny needs to channel all that energy he got going off on Julian towards his friend Joe Budden, which he did. He told him he was being mad, but he made it seem like Julian was the one in the wrong. No, Joe knows exactly what the fuck he was doing. But this was a fun space to listen to, I guess. You had Julian in there, you had Emanny in there, you had DJ Head in there. It was like all the B mics assembled. It's pretty cool. Either way, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.